Hi everyone, my name is Etsuko Ogasawara. I'm Executive Director of Japanese Center for Research on Women and Sports, J-CLUES. Today, I'd like to talk about new way of thinking to promote physical activity for girls. In Japan, it's a common that people talk about men and women or boys and girls in terms of the level of the physical activity. Men and boys are more active than the women and girls. Is that true? I'd like to talk about two reports at the beginning. Youth Inside Pack and Under the Skin, produced by the Sports England UK. As a start to the 2014 project, the Youth Inside Pack revealed the current state of the sports participation with respect to the young people in England. Next report, Under the Skin, considered all factors, not just sports. Youth were classified into the 6 personalities in England. They did not divide boys and girls at the beginning. This is a 6 personality in England revealed by the Under the Skin. Each of the 6 personalities has a different characteristics. As an example, this time I'd like to introduce two types of the very different groups. The first one is a sports enthusiast. Sports enthusiast type are mad about sports. The group size is just 10% of the total population, and the men are 73% and women are 27%. Attitude toward sports and exercise is represented by the emotional engagement score and the rational engagement score. Each engagement score are represented by 0 to 100, and the higher number and the more links reflect the stronger emotional or relational connection to the sports and exercise. In this case, sports enthusiast is a very high score attitude toward sports and exercise. So 92 emotional, 82 is relational. And more important indication that they are very important to improve their performance, compete, develop themselves, and achieve goals. However, they are not interested in to improve their appearance. Next is confidence intellectuals. It's a very contrast with the previous sports enthusiasts. Group size is a very similar 12% of the total population, and the confidence intellectuals lead busy lives filled with hobbies they care deeply about, and they are much more enthusiastic about the music, gaming, or computing than the getting active. This group is also more men and women, and it's very similar gender ratio with the previous sports enthusiasts. And confidence intellectuals is a very low attitude to the sports and exercise. A more important thing is to improve their appearance, completely opposite of the sports enthusiast type. They are not interested is to feel good, improve their performance, or achieve goals. Like this, it's revealed that important things are quite different depend on each personality, not men or women. I do not have enough time this time to explain about the detail of the 6 personalities, so please visit Sports England website to learn more. We are very interested in this report, and we really wanted to know how to analyze the personality for Japanese young people. Therefore, we de-analyzed the Sports England's data, then we collected our data in Japan by ourselves. The questionnaire was similar to that used in the Sports England. The questionnaire consists of the 24 items, but 8 factors and related to the attitude, and the 7 times items on the motivation. And the respondents were asked to check the boxes that apply to their motivation. Our data were limited to the high school student in Japan, so only gender was used for the additional item to calculate or the classifying the types. In addition, the 7 items related to sports involvement score were asked. Then we published a paper in 2019. The sports activities and the personality classification of the Japanese senior high school students. Then we developed 3 ways of approaches to promote sports and physical activity for high school students in Japan. Then 2020, we developed algorithm to classify the 7 personalities for high school student. It means that when we get the data, we can tell which student is which personality automatically now. This is the 7 personalities. Numbers in the circle is the engagement score for the sports and the physical activity. High number is more active and low number is inactive. So an athlete with the upward mobility type is the highest number, and also the sport enthusiast are same as the England case, a high number. However, we have a very low number engagement scores. They are the relax-oriented and the cautious group, and also the My Way type group. We have already collected more than 13,000 students' data in Japan. Now, this year, 2022, Nike Japan announced a new approach to high school students to promote their physical activity. They insist the students need to have a short break, like 4 minutes during their hard study in order to achieve their academic record to improve their concentration. They produce the variety of video with their unique way of approaching to them through the YouTube. I will show you the one of them as an example.
ワークアウトをするのが苦手でもダンスだったら楽しくできるんじゃない？じゃあ勉強一休みして動いてみよう。
How did you feel? It's cool, huh? As an inclusion, Under the Skin of the Sport England was very useful Japanese high school students to identify the various personalities in order to promote their physical activity. We developed the algorithm to automatically classify into the 7 personalities in Japan. We found that it was important for teachers or coaches to promote their student physical activity based on the personality, not gender, boys or girls. Nike Japan announced a new approach for high school students. It might be useful to collaborate with these groups to attract student attention in order to promote the physical activity. They are good at these techniques. collaboration is keyword for this area. Thank you for listening.